Yeah, well, I believe in a positive winning attitude and everything.
Uh-huh.
And if you don't have it, um, you're you're second rate, and in terms of your ability to accomplish.
Yes.
And I'll tell you why I feel that way. And you can use a little analogy. If you go to a starting line of a race,
Mm-hmm.
and you really in your heart don't believe you can beat the other people that are in the race, I guarantee you something. You won't. If you go to the starting line and you believe that you can win, that you have a positive winning attitude, even if you've lost to them before, that something happened, that's why you lost, but today you can win. If you believe that in almost any situation in life, you have a chance, and otherwise you don't have a chance.
Yeah.
First of all, you have to establish in your own mind something that's hard for human beings to establish, that life is short and time goes by, and that there are stages of life. And if you don't understand that, you're liable to miss a stage of life. The other thing that you have to always ask yourself is, does it really matter? Is this important? You know, there's a couple of expressions you've heard me use. One of the Meakem rules: don't sweat the little things,
Yes.
and everything's a little thing. and does it? You look at life and look in the mirror and just say, you know, I'm going to project Dorian Gray. I'm going to project myself ahead 20 years, and looking in the mirror, have I accomplished what I really want to accomplish? And is accomplishing what I really want to accomplish financial accomplishment, emotional accomplishment, religious accomplishment, relationship accomplishment? What is it? What's the important thing? I would rather err on the side of thinking good of people than err on the other side.
Mm.
Because if you err on the other side, you don't trust, you don't believe, you're cynical. I would rather trust, believe, and be non-cynical and be let down than to not give my chance, because when you do that with real friends, you trust, you believe, and you put faith in them, and they come up to that. That's a great accomplishment in life, and that's a friend that lasts forever. And you know, Glenn, there's a couple of gifts that God gives us. First, our parents, who we don't choose.
Right.
That's a luck of the draw. I was so fortunate. My parents are wonderful people. The second is your mate, who you choose.
Seriously, I stand here today, as probably the happiest and luckiest guy in the world. If I could have mapped out my life, I would have not been able to do it and come to the conclusion that it's now come through. I remember very vividly giving a talk at Cornell to some freshmen. I was in an organization, a religious organization, and I had to give a speech. And it was in September of 1957, and I was a senior. It was at Annabelle Taylor Hall, which many of our Cornell friends remember. And I looked out, and just about where Diane is now, I was on stage. I looked down, and I saw the most beautiful thing in the world. And there were probably 250 people there. Patsy, you were there, right? You were sitting next to Diane, as I recall. I looked down, and I couldn't get my eyes off her. I was giving this talk and all, and to this day, she'll tell me that she recognized it and she was embarrassed. But I didn't mean to embarrass her. I saw the next couple of months in Mass on Sunday morning. And finally, in the beginning of November, I was standing there, and this girl, this beautiful, beautiful girl, was going to communion. And I was standing next to a girl by the name of Jody Nealon. And I tapped Jody on the shoulder, and I said, "Jody, who is that?" And she said, "That's Diane Bellette." And I said, "I have to meet her." Diane had a brown jumper on, thing over the top. And I was absolutely taken back. Well, Kaisai had this thing in December where we had to invite a freshman girl because her freshman wanted to invite the prettiest of the freshman girls. And as a senior, I got one of the first picks. I got the first pick, I made sure of that. And I chose Diane. I called her and I took her out. I came home and I saw Nod, who was my roommate, Walter Phileas. And I said, I just met this great girl. And I had. And I took her out a couple of times, just informal little get-togethers, and I asked her if she was busy for New Year's Eve. And I was, but she wasn't, but she had someone ask her straight after that. But I canceled my New Year's Eve date, and I took Diane out. And I've been taking her out ever since.
I frankly don't know what I'd do without her. And I think the thing that keeps me with a very positive attitude about the future is the fact that I firmly believe, and we believe in our faith, that we're going to be together forever. And that this, and I'm looking forward to the next stage of our life here and hereafter.
Very good.
But, and the other thing is she is deeply and totally dedicated to her family, her children, her grandchildren. If you recall, when her mother was alive and ill down here, she flew down and took Nancy, her baby sister, with her to help out. Remarkable, remarkable woman. A ideal partner as a wife, and I think one of God's unique human beings. And I was blessed and fortunate enough to find her and have her marry me. And that's why when I talk about circling back, when you look in the mirror and you say, I look in the mirror and I see myself, but I always see Mom there too. And I always have a picture with me, I have a picture in my wallet. But I look back and I say, one of the reasons I can be so happy is because Mom's been in my life, is in my life, and will be in my life. You know, I'm what, 76 years old, I'm going to be 77. I'm laughing all the way to the bank. I've had a great life. I'm having a great life. And I'm thinking of how to make the rest, the other years better for Mom, so that she's happier than she could ever otherwise be, and for our children, and for our grandchildren, and if I'm ever able to see them, a great grandchild. My God, I think I spoil the grandchildren.
Could happen.
My attitude is you're tough on your kids. Not tough, but you're firm with your kids. A patsy with your grandchildren. I think with a great grandchild, I'd be a super patsy. But, you know, what else can you want in life than I've had, or am having?